Welcome once again. My name is Frans Tilstra from MVO Nederland, and today we're going to talk about the Green Tanning Initiative, a development program funded or co-funded by the European Union for the Ethiopian leather industry. So this is a development program that we've done in a partnership with Solidaridad, Stahl, MVO Nederland, local partners in Ethiopia. And it's focused on socially and environmentally friendly production methods and the introduction of metal-free tanning techniques by Stahl in Ethiopia. In our Green Tanning Initiative, we focused on different parts of the value chain in the leather industry in Ethiopia. So it's not just the tanneries, but all the way from the collection centers to the abattoirs and the tanneries and the manufacturers of ready-made products. So we've done in the last couple of years many trainings, many workshops, trade missions, and also we've tried to reach out to a target audience via webinars such as this one today. So these are the speakers for today. My colleague Daniel Tesfaye from Solidaridad, Michael Costello from Stahl, Tewodos de Chas from De Chas, and myself. And this is our program of today. So first we're going to listen to an update about the Green Tanning Initiative and the latest results. They will be shared by Daniel. Then we're going to listen to Michael, who's going to take us through the whole process of how leather is actually made. And then we're going to hear from Tewodos, who's going to tell the story about his successful shoe brand with production in Ethiopia. Afterwards, there's time for questions. You can post questions in the chat. And when we get to the Q&A time slot, I will present the questions to the panelists. So that's about it. Without further ado, I would like to give the floor to Daniel. Are you there, Daniel?
Yes, Frans, I'm here. Sorry for the delay. My name is Daniel Tesfaye, working for Solidaridad Ethiopia. I'm a project manager for this laser project. Under Green Tanning Initiative, for the last almost 4 years, we have been working on introducing chrome-free laser for 3 tanneries, selected 3 tanneries in Ethiopia. Batu, Ethiopian tannery, or the so-called Petards, and Walia tannery were the one who we have been working on, introducing not only cleaner chrome-free laser, but also sustainable production of laser technology, which Michael is going to update or give a lecture on. Apart from activities in the laser in the tanneries, we have been working with collection centers to improve their quality of storing, transporting, as well as delivering raw hide and the skin. Not apart from that, also we have been working with slaughterhouses to decrease defects happening at slaughterhouses, like hole formation, knife cuts, as well as deformation of skin. This is the quality aspect, but with respect to soft skills, we have been giving different trainings for these beneficiaries, for government offices like LIDI, as well as private partners like ILIA. This is a general overview of the project. Recent development is all the 3 tanneries are now capable of producing chrome-free laser. In fact, Walia have some kind of problem with finance, but the other 2 The other two, Batu and Peterbs, are now in a position to produce chrome-free laser. Uh, Generally, we have 5 outcomes. Sorry. The first one is what I have told you earlier, improving quality and traceability of hidden the skin. The second one is improving environmental, economic, and social performance of the street tanneries, which I have explained. The third one is ensuring market uptake, which is connecting buyers from Europe with local producers. And the fourth one is increasing or making sure that sustainable production and consumption practice has been disseminated to the rest of the tanneries indirectly, like 20 tanneries are indirect beneficiaries. And the fifth one is improving the business service for two service providers in the sector, one Ilia and the other one is Lidi. Okay, these are our partners. From the government side, we work with Lidi to transfer technology support as well as sample control, because they do have a laboratory which is accredited by international community as well. This works for Europe. Ilia is a private association. With them, we work with advocacy and technical support. Stahl is our technology partner, which we have been working with mainly on getting chemicals, technical support on cleaner production options. With MVO, we work with CSR options as well as B2B linkage. This is the intro to give you. Most of you know that Ethiopia is blessed with a livestock population, 57 million cattle, and average 30 million sheep and goat we do have. From this 8 million cattle, 12 million sheep, and 8 million goat is available as offtake every year. Okay, most of you know that the Ethiopian, especially sheep skin, is blessed with flexibility, clarity, and strength. Okay, we do have about 27 tanneries. From that, nowadays 21 are functional. On average, the tanning industry, on average per year, 15 million skin and 1.8 million hides are consumed for both local and international markets. From this, China is the largest destination, the mainland China, then Hong Kong is the third. EU accounts for 20%, then India, Vietnam, and others come. On average, 24 million pair of shoes are produced, and for the shoe industry, about 10,000 workers are involved. So when we compare this with other developing countries, it seems very less, but the industry have an opportunity to grow. So we have a lot of opportunity in the coming few years. Okay, France. Okay. When we come to the glove industry, there are big 4 glove factories. One is local, the 3 of them are FDIs. The glove industry consumes about 2,000 workers and about 6 million USD is gained for the last 6 years. As I told you, Batu, Walia, and Peter's tannery are the one which we have been working with. And we gave, apart from the technical part, we gave training on gender, soft skill, labor, tannery of the future tool, management skill, and the like. So the no chrome and the less chrome options are there nowadays. We do have two options, the laser which have no chrome, as well as the laser which have a small amount of chrome on it. On this chrome-free laser is a marketing tool, but apart from that, we tested that this thing is eco-friendly or friendly with the environment, because at the liming there is 30% decrement on COD, 50% decrement COD in deliming. The sulfide is also reduced by 10%, which is toxic to the environment, and the suspended solid is reduced about 89%. There is here, typically in the chrome-free system, there is no pickling, means the amount of dissolved solid is decreased by almost 80%, which is maximum, because there is no salt on it. The process, so that dissolved solid mainly contributed by chloride. So if there is no salt on it, there is no chloride. So the amount of TDS decreased by almost 80%. So this is the environmental impact, apart from chrome-free laser is marketable. In this photo, you can see that people from LEDI, the general director, people from Ministry of Industry and ILIA had this visit to Batu Tannery when we finished the trial. This is a pile which you can see is a chrome-free laser which we tested for both physical and chemical testing. We gave capacity building training for LEDI, so LEDI is accredited for that. Also, LEDI can give for tanneries as well as for any buyer, for anyone who have the sample laser. LEDI can give a certificate for chrome-free laser, which is globally accepted, because the accreditation for LEDI is for the global market is acceptable. Next, please, Franz. Okay, these are a beautiful laser which you can see from Batu. Different laser. The bottom one is embossed, black embossed, and the beige color as well as pull-ups are there. So apart from this, there are recent developments, not only on this, but on lining, on notebook, as well as on pull-up. Batu has developed a lot of products. Okay, this is my presentation. Okay, these are another beautiful articles which we developed from chrome-free laser, the shoe, the bags, as well as the belt. So typically, since this chrome-free laser has no color on it, you can see that the uptake for the laser, the shade is very intense. So chrome has a bluish impact on the laser, but this chrome-free laser has no such thing. It is white, what we call it weight white. So on that, when you turn and when you give dyeing at the returning stage, the uptake is to the maximum. That's why these colors are beautiful. Okay, thank you very much. I'm sorry for the sound from my background. I was in a field this afternoon, and so that's why. Sorry. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Daniel, for your interesting presentation. So now I would like to give the floor to Michael. And Michael, I believe you will share your presentation yourself, right?
Yes, I will do that right now. So I hope you can see this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Well, hello everybody, and good morning, good afternoon. Today I'll talk a little bit about the benefits of this pickle-free tanning system that was part of this initiative. But first I'll go through a little bit of the history of tanning, and indeed explain in a simple way how leather is made, and then that will lead us into what this new tanning system actually provides. So tanning, of course, is one of the oldest human practices or traditions. As soon as Homo sapiens started killing animals for food, then tanning also began to use the skins for clothing. And there's evidence of this from thousands of years ago. But originally, the way that they did it was to bury the animal skin in the ground and throw in some tree barks and usually barks from special trees, and left it there for a few months. And what happened is that the natural tannins from those tree barks slowly exuded into the skin of the animal and provided a stability to that skin. And that's what eventually was called tanning. It was called tanning because originally it gave a dark brown color to the skin. But effectively what it did was it prevented the skin from degrading. That's what tanning does. It stops the skin from being attacked by bacteria, and preventing that is really important so that the skin can then be processed into something that we can wear and something that will last a long time, which is of course the benefit of leather. So what is the leather process? Well, it would take a long time to describe it, which I won't, but very, very simply, you can split it up into these really four parts. The first part is where you take the rawhide, the raw material, and clean it. It's also called beaming or beam house. And that's basically where you remove all of the protein and the stuff you don't want, also the hair, and make it presentable and prepare the skin for the next stage, which is tanning. And that's the one that I discussed earlier. That is where the skin is stabilized and allowing it to be resistant against bacteria so that it can move to the next stage, which is where you kind of put back in some of the natural oils that have been taken out in the first two stages to stabilize the product. You put some of those oils back in, and then you give it some color and you give it some of the texture, and it starts to take on the form that we know about leather. And then at the very end, you put finishes on the leather to give it the final effect that you want. You may want to protect it for a long time with a lot of finish, or you may want to give it a very natural look with the finishing, which is a different kind of system. There are many, many different kinds of finishing systems. So that's very simply what the leather process is. And after the first beam house and tanning stages, as Daniel indicated, you get a product that's often called wet blue or wet white. Wet blue is the intermediate leather that comes out of the tanning drums. And if it was made with chrome tanning, it's usually blue. It has a blue color. Or if it was made with one of the alternative tanning methods like we discussed today, then it's white, and they call it wet white. And that's the part that we'll discuss today. And of course, leather, when it's finished at the end, it can look like a lot of different things, but this is one example of a full grain leather that can come out at the very end. But today we'll talk about the tanning part, which is an important part of the process, of course, because that's when the skin and the protein in the skin is actually protected and stabilized. And basically what you do, and I'm simplifying a lot here, is you throw these hides, sometimes they're called pelts, into a big rotating drum, and then you add water and you add the tanning chemicals. And there are many of those chemicals, but the main one is the tanning agent, which is the one that actually takes the action stabilizing and cross-linking the proteins to prevent bacterial attack. So there's many ways to do that, and the typical process, traditional process that is used to do that is called pickling. And what that means is, and if you look at the red line here on the graph, or the blue line, typically the acidic nature of the liquid that's inside those drums needs to be increased. In other words, it needs to get more acidic by reducing the pH in order for the tanning chemicals to act and behave in the way that we want. So that's the traditional way. You have to add certain acids and salts to reduce the pH to make the liquid acidic, and then the hide is open to receiving the chemicals which do the cross-linking and the stabilization of the hide. However, there is in other systems, and we're giving the example here of the Easy White Tan system from Stahl, where that pickling or that reduction in pH is not needed. So you're able to get the same result. You're able to produce a tanned leather using a chemical that does not require those acids or salts or the acidification of the whole float inside the drum to take place. And by doing that, you reduce the amount of chemicals that you use, but you can also reduce the energy and indeed the time needed to reach your final point. So that really is the benefit of a system, of a synthetic tanning system like Easy White Tan from Stahl. There's no pickling or basification, which is the opposite of pickling, because after you've done the tanning, you have to raise the pH back up in the traditional case. It's a continuous reaction. There's no stopping and starting because you don't have a big range of pH required. And of course, you use less chemicals, less salts, less acids, and less water because you've reduced the time and energy. So very simply, that's the advantage of using this type of pickle-free system like Easy White Tan. And that is what has been employed in this particular project. The benefits of Easy White Tan are several, but if you look at the actual leather, you still get a fully stabilized tanned piece of leather, of course. That's very important. The properties need to be the same or better as a traditional leather. But what we find is that the fibers of the leather that have been tanned with this type of system are more compact. They're a bit tighter, and even the veins become more compact. So that does require some changes in the way that the leather is processed after the tanning to account for the fact that what you're getting is a much tighter, more fibers per millimeter thickness type of leather. And the environmental benefits are also significant. And this is, of course, the reason that we have introduced this technology, is to provide environmental benefits for the industry in Ethiopia. Of course, you save on water, you save on effluent and energy, which is what we just discussed. You can still get long-lasting leather because the leather is just as good. Of course, it can be even better because the grain is much tighter. So you really get long-lasting leather using this type of system. We also saw in Daniel's presentation how the color can be helped by having a wet white system instead of the chrome system. And of course, the consumer has less concerns, whether the concerns are real or not, but they do have less concerns about the presence of chrome or aldehydes in the leather, because this is a chrome-free system and an aldehyde-free system. So you get unique properties. It's a pickle-free process and still very high quality leather. So that's my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. If there's any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.
Thank you so much, Michael. That was really insightful. If you have any questions for Michael or for Daniel, please feel free to post them in the chat, and then later on during this meeting we can discuss them. So now first I would like to introduce Tevodros Deschas. Let me just share my screen again. Just a moment, please.
Yes.
So Tevodros, the floor is all yours.
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm having problem with the connection. If I am lost, then you know already. Yes, my name is Theodoros Deschas. I'm born in Ethiopia, raised up in Holland. In 2016 or early 15, I was here in Ethiopia for a physiotherapy project. And one of those days while I was staying here in Addis, I saw amazing shoes in Ethiopia, and I was totally in love with them. And I bought one pair and went back after my project, went back to Amsterdam. All my friends loved the shoes, and since then I was creating and starting a shoe brand made in Ethiopia since 2016. Yeah, the Shas is my last name, and that's the brand name also from now. Can I do the next slide, friends? Yes, yeah, you can see the brand story in this movie, short movie, and yeah, just play.
Who are we? The ones who don't wait, the go-getters, the rule breakers. Every day the world awakens, we rise with it, with creation and culture as our guide, pushing us to explore and do more and more, step by step. What are we? Relentlessly curious, fearlessly looking at our dreams, embracing chances and changes. What are we? Different, like you. Deeply connected with our past, we shape our future. Walk with us.
Yeah, short movie we made in 2019 about the brand introduction. Yeah, the Chas means, yeah, timeless elegance, proudly handmade in Ethiopia. What we are missing in this fashion industry is made in Ethiopia with high quality product. That's the gap what we are missing in the fashion industry, especially in the shoes industry, and that's why we want to do the gap in between those elements, and that's why we are working on this project to introduce and to present our product, especially made in Ethiopia. In the future, most probably sourced all materials from Ethiopia and across Africa to the rest of the world. That's why we stand for, and to see and to let the world to see that we can do also in Ethiopia or in Africa to make high quality product. Yeah, that is our vision and what we are doing, and we want to make sure also that we have to make a sustainable product from Africa, especially from Ethiopia with the leather. So that's why we participate this green tanning initiative to integrate the chrome-free products into our product, and we already in the far stage to do it, and this for the upcoming summer collection, we are producing at this moment our first produced 100% including upper and the lining chrome-free product. And yeah, that is our goal for upcoming years, and to achieve more and to introduce this product with the story, with made in Ethiopia story to the world and Eastern or the rest of the world of the shoe market, and especially in the fashion. Yeah, one of the biggest achievement at this moment is that we are selling in a big platform named Zalando and Galeries Lafayette close to France. Yeah, the most criteria is to have chrome-free tanned leather for the business partnership. So we succeed this with the testing and laboratory testing and everything. So that's the great achievement for this year, and we are happy. So there is more to come also. Let's hope. That's my introduction and story.
Thank you so much, Theodoros. It's such a cool story. It's such an inspiring story as well. I think it really shows how you can build a successful brand with Ethiopia production in Europe, and basically from scratch, as you just mentioned, starting with just a shoe that you liked and that your friends liked and your acquaintances in the Netherlands, and now it's spreading all over Europe, so to speak. So thank you so much for that, and also for clarifying why you are connected to the Green Tanning Initiative, and also to the ambitions of the Green Tanning Initiatives.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
So we are at the point in the program that we can ask questions to our panelists. Let me see in the chat if there's any question. Yeah, there's a question, Michael. This one's for you. It's from someone at Baidar Tannery. And he says he's interested in the presentation and also interested in maybe doing a trial. So could you maybe elaborate a little bit more on what is actually needed to start with Easy White and with your tanning system? How can a tannery start with this new technique?
Yeah, the first thing would be to get in touch with our technicians. We have a local team there, and then we have technicians and some international technicians who can also help on preparing and explaining how this system can be implemented. Clearly, it's not just simply taking one tanning chemical out and putting another one in. It's much more complex. It does require some technical assistance. But sure, we can do that, and we're always happy to help customers to introduce a system like this. So what I'll do in this case, I didn't get the name exactly who it was. What I'll do in this case is contact you by that email and copy in the relevant people who can follow up with you locally and start to prepare for those trials. Yeah.
Thank you, Michael. The question was from Biruk Hailu, if I pronounced that right, and there's also an email address in the chat. So
got it.
There's opportunity to connect after the webinar. So let me see, that is for now the only question. If you do have questions, please feel free. Now is the time, either for Michael or Daniel or Theodoros. I do have a question myself, and this is for Theodoros. Theodoros, if you could please elaborate a little bit more on the importance of sustainability in the European market. You are a growing shoe brand, so you're expanding your portfolio of retailers that are actually selling your shoes, which is great. Could you maybe explain a little bit more about how important sustainability is in the European market?
What we seeing in this fashion industry is there is a lot of changing and a responsibility, how the product is made and where it come, and all the details. From that point, all the bigger retailers or bigger platforms, they are asking responsibility. And also European Union is also asking this kind of details about, especially about the leather. Yeah, that's how came the questions and the idea. How can a product innovate in the future with especially in the sustainability, and also developing a product and upcoming in every seasons. So it have to be integrated also with the product, and also in the leather, how the leather is made and where it came from, and about the chemical compartments, which is interesting to develop us as a brand, and to be also interested for the consumers to consume the product to the market. So yeah, it is. You can say a lot about this sustainability program, but it is coming now, and regulation are really restricting, especially in the big buyers or big warehouses. They're asking to be responsible in the product, and that's not only on the leather. Also, think about the packaging part also, and that we have to be responsible also where it came as a recycle and everything. So yeah, the industry is changing in the future, and especially since the COVID, everything became expensive and all. So you have to be interested in this fashion industry for the consumer. So one of the key point is also sustainability. Yeah, that's my opinion, I think.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tewodos. I think it's a good point that you make, that brands and retailers in the European market are not just following trends in consumer preferences for sustainable materials, but it's also that actually the EU is introducing new policies on the things that you mentioned, transparency. So getting to trace your materials back to the source, sustainable production methods, due diligence in investigating your supply chain. So yeah, that's interesting. That it's not just consumer preferences, it's not just the brands, but they're also following trends and developments in actual policies. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
So thanks. There's another question. This one is from Sami Abdella, and he's asking, can you get a variety of textures and colors from this process? Michael, could you explain a little bit?
Yeah, I guess he's asking, using a wet white system like this, can you get a variety of different textures and colors using that system compared to other systems? The textures, I presume he means patterns. I'm not quite sure what he means by that, but certainly colors, because the intermediate leather is white and not the traditional wet blue. Daniel also referred to this. What you can get is a higher variety of colors, because your base is white. Then you don't need to adjust for the blue color that the typical chrome tanning gives. So because this is a wet white system, indeed there's more options open for different colors, and of course different patterns as a result of that. But of course it depends on how you're applying the patterns. But if it's using dyes, then the uptake of dyes, of course, on a white base is you can see the colors more than if it's from a blue base. Yes, that's true. I also see a question I can just follow on, Franz. From a quality point of view, the shrinkage temperature easy white is about 70 to 72. What factor had that on the final user? How can I improve to increase the heat resistance? Yeah, those are quite technical questions. The shrinkage of the leather depends on many things, including, of course, the tanning chemical, but there could be other factors involved in increasing or reducing the shrinking, which of course corresponds to the heat resistance. So the best advice there, given that I don't know all the details about how the leather was made in this case, is to contact our technical people who can help you with those numbers, because they're very familiar with the reasons and the causes for shrinkage and heat resistance. So I'm sorry, I can't give one answer because there are many variables that could be causing it. Yeah.
Thank you, Michael. There's also a question from Daniel Getachew from Elia. Daniel, I will allow you to talk so you can ask your question live. Are you there?
Are you hearing me now?
Yes, we can hear you. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much for all presenters. I'm so happy, and it's learning, you know, when from the presentation I was learning almost. Thank you. My question is for all of you, you know, because I need to know also some additional things from the presenters. What type of challenge do you have, you know, for to expand this these trials, almost good trials, and we have a good results. But to continue these things, what are the challenges from your side, and what do you expect from us also to support you? And especially Theodoros, I need your suggestions here. We need to support such type of initiatives, and what are your challenges? What shall we do to expand these things? You know, our producers, leather producers, shoe producers, also they would like to use such type of materials because you know, the market is there for such type of products, but production from the tannery side is also another challenge for them. They raise also some issues, especially for the chemical. The chemicals are very expensive. So let me hear your suggestions and points. And is for Stahl also, do you have any plan for the future to sustain this production and to link also to other tanneries in Ethiopia? Do you have any plan?
Do you want me to go first, Franz? Because I think the question was put there.
Yes,
yeah.
please.
Yes, Daniel, thank you very much. Absolutely, this is a product system. It's a system of products which has been commercial for several years already. So we've learned a lot over these years of introduction of the pickle-free wet white technology. So I think we know a lot now about some of the technical issues that can happen during trials. And our technicians indeed are very skilled in understanding every kind of leather so that we can actually get this product and this type of tanning to work. Obviously, we're going to continue in Ethiopia as we've done before this project and after. We are absolutely committed to the industry there and to this technology. It's one of our strategic key technologies. We are a company that's very much from the top to the bottom focused on reducing the environmental impact of our customers and of the supply chain. And this is one of those strategic products that allows us to do that for in the leather industry. There are others also, but this is one of them. So absolutely, we will be there to support you and to continue this project. Even though the official project ends this year, we'll be able to continue to help you with getting this technology implemented if you want it. Yeah.
Daniel Tesfaye, can I also ask you to answer Daniel's question about the follow-up and our commitment to our goals?
Yes, Franz. Thank you, Daniel. Yes, we have been facing a lot of challenges. COVID is the main thing. We could have done the trials before the one. Almost we done the 2 trials at Peters and at Walia last month, but we could have done this like February, March 2020. Due to Corona only, this has been delayed. And also there are some challenges from a partner side, like the financial crisis of Walia, which made something difficult, like getting trainees opening their door for us every time for project implementation was a challenge. And the bigger issue is the making a real link between buyers and producers is challenging due to this thing is a kind of new segment for Ethiopian market. So, but we believe that things could be sorted out by open discussion. These are a few challenges, and now after Corona also, I can say most of our tanneries are in a trouble to stand in their feet, and asking trainees or doing some activities has been challenging because they focused on mostly on production. Okay, we are trying to link this initiation with CBI, and France also you can explain on a little bit on this. CBI has an initiative of about 14 or 15 SMEs are incorporated under their project, and this could be a kind of good point to link our tanneries with these producers. In fact, their capacity is low, but the leftover from export could be taken by them, and this is this corporation is already happened. We had a kind of good discussion with CBI. The way forward from our side is the exit strategy for this initiative is Lady and Ilya. So the B2B linkage next will be followed by Lady, as well as in capacity building also happened for Lady. Like there are people who took training of this chrome-free laser from A to Z. So they can really collaborate with local technicians of Stahl, in fact, Tancure, and disseminate this activity to other tanneries. And Brook from Bahar Dar Tannery could be also assisted on this, as well as Gosa, what you have asked could be also incorporated under this question, because Gusu and Dawit can also help us on improving the shrinkage temperature. From the question from Sami, yes, the pattern can from the regular production, you can do whatever pattern you want, like emboss, hair cell, or crocodile print or whatever you like. The same thing happens for easy blue as well as easy white. We have tasted this in Batu, in hide. We have tasted this in sheepskin, in petards. We have tasted this in goat skin, in walia, and all patterns could be made. Not all patterns, but all kind of leather articles could be made, like soy, nubuk, upper lining, garment. Everything could be made from this. Only the difference is technically this is out. There is no chrome on it. So this is my point. Thank you, Franz.
Thank you so much, Daniel. And yes, it's true, just as Michael mentioned, so the Green Tanning Initiative was running for 4 years, and we're almost finishing the program, but that doesn't mean that we will be gone. The project partners will still be here, and I personally will be still committed to Ethiopia and to making the leather industry more sustainable, even though MVO Nederland may not be officially part of a program anymore. So it's true that we've been in contact with CBI, that is a Dutch development organization, and they have just last year started an export coaching program. Maybe you know it, maybe some of you are even in it. We've connected with CBI, and we agreed to share our insights and our experiences and our connections. So any lessons that we've learned, they will go into the caring hands of CBI. So you can still, with questions, go to CBI, and also Stahl will still be there, and Solidaridad Ethiopia as well, of course. So yeah, we've achieved a lot of results. I believe the bulk trials have gone well at Batu and Pitards. And as Daniel mentioned, connecting to the EU market has been proven to be difficult. This was something that we expected beforehand. It wasn't helped by the COVID situation that basically sent ripples all out through the world and the world markets, and also supply chain. So that wasn't easy. But I think when you look at the EU market, there's definitely a growing demand for more sustainable production methods, more responsible production methods, and also for metal-free leather tanning. So in that sense, I hope and I do believe that we've helped Ethiopia prepare a little bit better for exporting to Europe. That being said, Europe is also in another sense a difficult market. You're basically competing with many other production countries all over the world. Most of the European buyers, they have experience in also sourcing from Pakistan, Bangladesh, India, China. So they know about prices, they know about quality, they know about service. So in all these aspects, if you want to do successful business with Europe, yeah, you need to achieve a basic level that's pretty high. So, but yeah, I think I can speak on behalf of the entire team and the entire Green Tanning Initiative when we said that we saw potential in the Ethiopian leather industry in exporting to the EU, and we still see that potential. So, and we will, even after the program, be committed to help Ethiopia connect to the EU market. That being said, I don't see any other questions in the chat or in the Q&A box. If anyone does have another question, there's still a little bit of time. So now this would be the right moment to ask your question. No, I don't see any raised hands or other questions. Okay, so in that case, I would like to thank the panelists very much for being here and presenting your stories.
Franz,
yes, please go
I
ahead,
I need to hear also from Theodros.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. Theodros, Are you there? Tewodos, are you ready to have a conversation with Daniel? I don't hear Tewodos. He did mention that he had some problems with his connection earlier on, so maybe
It's okay. It's okay.
we've lost him.
I am back. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. So Daniel just asked if you could elaborate a little bit about the follow-up. So your future plans and regarding the market in the Ethiopian industry. So what will happen after the Green Tanning Initiative?
Yeah, the Green Tanning Initiative means a lot for us because we want to make sure that our products are as much as possible is tanned or on a responsible way produced. So we are open to do everything and to make sure that we reach these goals, especially on the transparency and the sustainability goals. So that's our target for the future, and we want to be the first made in Africa, made in Ethiopia, even specifically chrome-free leather produced, footwear produced leather brand for the upcoming years. That's our goal. And yeah, the first shot is already started now. We are producing at this moment here in Ethiopia, and will be introduced for summer collection from April. So yeah, our target is to be 100% chrome-free product from Ethiopia. Yeah.
What do you need from us, to support you? We need to support you from the association, and whenever you have any challenge, we are here as much as possible. We'll try to support you, okay? Because we need such type of positive results and to link also to other producers.
Yeah. Yeah, at this moment, the biggest challenging what we had was a communication barrier between some of tanneries because we want to source the leather, the chrome-free leather, but it was a lot of leak and communication barrier, or I don't know what it is. But after that, we found a better tannery, and since then we are happy to produce from them. Based in Mojo, George Tannery, George Shoe Tannery is the name. So we are partnering since 2 years now, and yeah, we are very happy. But I hope those are not the local owned tannery. I hope local tanneries can have some a lesson maybe to get this kind of goals to do the chrome-free initiative project for to achieve this goal also for other tanneries. So yeah, I'm open to see other tanneries if it's possible to participate this project also. And Daniel, that's why he have some. He knows the details is already told. So yeah, that's it. I think from my side, I can go deeper. Yeah.
Thank you, Tewodos. Does it answer your question, Daniel? Was it satisfactory, Daniel?
Yes, Franz.
Okay,
yes, thank you, Tedros. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. But it is a good point that Tewodos makes. I think we need to keep the conversation going. Producing chrome-free leather, it has its challenges, and it works best if we communicate openly to solve those challenges. So that's at least that's our commitment as project partners also in the near future to help keep the conversation going. There are some other questions in the chat, but we're already 2:02. So let me ask. I see. No, I'm sorry. I see, Daniel. You've already answered the last question. So very well. Once again, thank you so much to the panelists for being here and sharing your story. Once again, it was very interesting. Really nice to hear. And also to the participants today, I would like to thank you all for being here today. And let's keep in touch.
Yes, thank you, Franz.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.